on. Come on.
Come on. Let's go here at Crestmont Golf Club. The course was originally called Newark Athletic Club, and it had multiple changes. We're going to walk through those changes here. And then Donald Ross wasn't the first golf designer to build this course. There's another landowner who built 13 holes on this land. We're going to talk about the history of that course. It was built in 1913.
445 is number 1, Caratina and Tigra. The 330 was won by number 4, their renovations and Tigra.
What's this bridge for?
Look at this. The idea of Crestmont Country Club started in 1913. And the owner at the time, Staples, wanted to put together a 13-hole golf layout to convert the old farmland into a sanctuary. Together a few holes on that sanctuary. That was before Donald Ross came into play. This was 1913 when the landowner, August, decided to put together a course here in developing the foundation of golf before Donald Ross. And in 1922, it was Donald Ross who was commissioned by the Newark Athletic Club who acquired the property. And then they ended up bankrupt. You know about that?
Yeah, Newark. That's what the club started at. It was actually started as a public course back like 100 years ago by the city of Newark. It was Newark Athletic Club. And then somewhere in the 40s, it became private. Some guy bought it, and then he went bankrupt, and then it got bought again. Yes. They went bankrupt.
Acquired by the Newark Athletics Club, which then went bankrupt and was bought by an insurance company, Fireman Insurance, who then Fireman acquired the property. Fireman Insurance then sold the property to Richard H. Frost. And in 1945, you're seeing the name Crestmont Country Club that you're seeing today, and that was from Mr. Frost, who originally named it Crestmont. The name has remained the same, and in 1953, Redmond Association purchased the property, but it wasn't for too long. 248 of the members decided to purchase the property, and that is the current ownership that is now Crestmont Country Club.
Formed a conglomerate together, and then they bought the club, and that's the same organization that owns us today. The same legal entity.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was getting caught up on.
That's the same legal entity that owns us today. Is that club? Yeah. So that's the original. I'm gonna get a picture of that. You can take a look.
Yeah, I'm filming right. So I got it going now. So has it changed much?
Well, this is just like when they did the driving range improvement over 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, there have been a lot of changes. I'll show you what the changes at the course. Like there's a lot of bunkers that have been changed. This hole, for example, this entire complex right here it actually was shifted over to here. So this entire green right here, they changed this. This used to be about 40 yards or 50 yards to the right of it. So this is an entirely new green complex. Okay. This green complex mimics it's true to the original design. So now that's what the original design is. So now this is over here. These bunkers are gone, and it's a completely different green complex. And what that's going to mimic is if you go over here, so it's going to actually mimic the original design. So that's this hole right here. 14. So now this hole right here is going to you're going to play today, is going to be the replica, or not a replica, it's going to be an original intent to what Donald Ross created back at like 1922.
Cool.
There's some other changes on here. Like these two bunkers aren't going to be here anymore. They removed those about a couple years ago. Some of these bunkers here, they changed a bit. What else is a little different? This bunker back here is not there anymore. That's more a collection area. They got rid of this bunker too. That's like a punch bowl now a little bit.
Okay.
They punch bowled this right over here as well. They got rid of this bunker and this bunker here, so it's just these two.
What's your favorite hole?
14. 14's on the back's probably my favorite. On the front's probably 7. And then, where is it? 12, they got rid of these sides of the bunkers. They rechanged the green here. And then 11, which is right here. So they got rid of this bunker. They added one here. They moved this one a little bit and they connected it. But this one, they completely redid the green. We had some issues on that green. The green was like way too back to front. So if you hit a ball to the top of the green, it would roll all the way back down the false front. And it would like sometimes go like, 20, 30 yards through the hole. So it was just unfair. So they did a whole renovation on that hole this past year, and they flattened it a bit, so now it's actually playable, so it's a bit more fun. But you'll see it. There's a lot of cool things. This lake here, that's actually original design. So if you take a look over here, you see that lake is right there next to 10. That's original design. Yeah, so that's original design. However, sometime I'd say back in like maybe the 70s or 80s, that lake wasn't there.
Okay.
So they had to add this lake in back in like 2002 or 3. So at one point, this was just actually fairway, and they had bunkers there. And I guess they wanted to go back to original 10th design, so they put the lake back. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's
how
awesome.
you literally add a lake in, you know? Lake was there, took it out, put it back again.
And so I guess that's the original pond from that one here.
Yep, that's the original pond. The only thing is this lake has changed in size a little bit. It's been like up to here where the 12 is, but now it's about where it is today. We'll see it. But right here, 5 and 6, you can go over here. That's where Jesse Owens used to run the Olympic trials. That's where
Yeah. That's it. Okay.
So this area right here is where the Olympic trials would have been. The track would have been something like this, I think. And then if you go over here, there'd be metal stanchions somewhere in here that actually held the original like stadium up for where they do the Olympic trials. But yeah, that took all place right there. The club used to own this land over here. You're going to see it today. It's a Greek Orthodox church, but we used to own that land. And they were going to make that a par 3 course about 20 years ago, but the town of West Orange wouldn't let them build on it because it was like some type of like land, like environmentally sensitive land. I think it's like wetland. So they sold it to a church, and the church built on it instead, which I don't know how they were able to build it, but we weren't. But yeah, you'll see it. It's pretty close to the original layout that Ross built out today. They only use them maybe a couple times a year.
Right there, those tee boxes.
Like right in front of us.
Awesome.
These two, those are the original tee boxes for the 13th hole, which is the one going up there.
And when the Newark Athletic Club decided to get Donald Ross involved to build this in championship golf course, which we had major changes to by other golf designers like Robert Trent Jr. Sr. and these others that were going to pop up on the screen. 1985, it hosted the New Jersey Open Championship. 2008, it hosted the Senior Open and the New Jersey Championship. In a couple years, we're going to put those years up on the board here. We got the clubhouse. There's always something going on at this country club. There's a lot to like here at this facility. The course stretches from those back tees, the black ones, at 6,866 yards for a par 72. The rating of this course is a 73.6 with a slope of 134. Just like all other private golf courses, it has your pick of the tees and a massive driving facility. I will say the driving range is pretty tight. You're going to want to be aiming left on it, but it still has everything you would need. A lot of chipping areas, a lot of putting areas. There's also on the other side, which we're going to walk through, another part of the practice facility. So if you want to get good fast here at Crestmont, this is the course for you. It's very nice. It's a great facility to get out there and learn your short game, even if you don't get a round of golf in that day. It's also a massive facility with an Olympic-sized pool and a massive clubhouse as well. This was a great course to get invited to play, and I was excited for that invitation to finally get out and play the course. Right before you tee off, it does have that little putting green surface. You can get a little practice in right before your tee off, and it's pretty open. You have to blast the ball to actually find yourself in trouble, but the course itself does have the GPS systems for you to find that ball pretty quickly. We were fortunate enough to take the carts, but sometimes you're going to be walking this course with caddies. This is a beautiful first hole to start us off on number 1 here at Crestmont Golf Course.
It's a stupid hard hole.
Is this the hardest hole on the course?
Yeah, it's stupid hard.
This looks really difficult. It's right into number 2, which is an extremely difficult par 4. This course has a lot to offer in regards to getting challenges with your short game. The par 4 stretches 440 yards and is the number 1 handicapped hole. So you're going right into a challenging hole after your first hole. Now, I will say the most interesting part about this golf course for me was the 1924 International Track and Field Championship and the 2 years later, the Olympic trials. All worthy in the fact of Jesse Owens, who was one of the qualifiers. And this all took place here on hole number 6 that we're going to walk through. So
The Olympics, and they had a stadium set up, and there also was like a polo thing that happened here. Like there was like a polo field. Yeah, they had a polo field here too. And
All
like,
in here.
I think this is where it was. I think it was in this area. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of cool history here that's almost hidden within the golf course. If we get things wrong, just be sure we're going to be making updates in the near future, and we can always make updates in the comment section if you have any more information.
See that half?
Gotta get to a pickle root here. Cheers. Cheers from the pickle. Oh, beer.
They're good.
They're good?
Yeah. Told you, good pickle. What do you think, Nick?
They're pretty good. Yeah.
Matt? Oh, they're pretty good, yeah. I can eat all day.
Yeah. Let me talk.
I would say that the food here at this place would be extremely good. I didn't get a chance to it. I should have. Just on the day that I got there, I already had lunch, but I kind of wish I did. The pickles were very good. There's a lot of hype going into the golf course about these pickles, and I will say their culinary food is delicious here. I can cross that off my list. Now, in regards to everything else, this course is extremely challenging for someone that hasn't played it. At least I thought so. And you can score some eagles on some. Oh, eagle! Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. God, what a hole.
Nice hole.
Golf course. Really special holes coming up. I really like, if you like the front nine, the back nine is completely different, a lot more elevation. Front nine's more flat. But I think this is where Donald Ross's work really shines. So
This is awesome.
yeah,
here.
you guys are gonna like next six.
In regards to the fundamentals, you got the yardage throughout the course, so it's easy to get your yardage if you don't want to just shoot your pin. But overall, it's a nice historical gem here. A Donald Ross true course that has made updates to move towards that true Donald Ross feel. And I mean, there's no complaints in regards to this course.
This back
really
left corner
great
used to
experience.
touch #1 green.
Okay,
I see. And that bunker wasn't there. And this green was like 8 feet higher. So this bunker, they used to be behind that green. They moved it back over here now.
So this was one green.
It wasn't one green, but it was connected by like a little like fairway kind of between.
Okay.
But they completely had to redo this because you'd hit balls literally where that bunker is, and it would roll all the way off the front of the green. It was stupid. It made the hole unplayable. That's great.
Boom.
That's great.
So what's this bridge for?
Look at this. Is that a tree was there?
Yeah.
But like, there was trees.
Yeah, you can. Why would they get rid of that?
Because there was all these trees and they were going to get rid of it, and it was destroying these tee boxes.
Should make that a tee box.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be sick.
Ooh.
it'll be okay. They're bedding, so
yeah,
right
yeah,
down there, all those fish are bedding, and you'll see a couple fish will swim in, and the other fish will actually swim, push them out because they're laying their eggs.
That is cool.
I've actually never been down there before. This green's crazy, right?
Yeah. This is a wild one. This is par 5, right?
Yeah, par 5. It's my favorite hole.
14.
Yep.
Nice.
Two eagles.
Wow! I've never done that before. Wow! Yeah, that's for sure.
Not often you see two eagles in one round of golf and by the same person. So that was a cool experience for that. This course, I like these little subtleties with the flowers on the par 3s. Definitely feels like you're far away from the New York City area, but you're pretty close. And it's got more elevation than I expected. Let's get real. Overall, I would put this course as one of the more elite facilities that I've played on this channel. I was grateful enough to get the invitation, and I'm glad I played it. That's it for this video. Keep a lookout for more videos to come. If you have any interesting golf courses that you think that we need to target, and or you have any information that we got right or wrong, or you want to add to this video, please put it down in the comment section. And thanks, John, for inviting me out there to play this course. It was a great experience. I love number 18 coming up to it and ending with a massive crowd, it felt like, for us, for another beautiful day here with the Parfessor. That's it for this video. Keep a lookout for more videos to come. This is a great course, 1922 built, but it has a little bit more history built in it. That's it for this video.